Sophomore from Greenwood, Indiana, number 4, Jeff Smithy. A 6'4" junior from Floyd Knobs, Indiana, number 20, Andy Lieberts. A 6'5" junior from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 21, Mark Allen. A 6'1" senior from Clarksdale, Michigan, number 25, Eric Vaughn. A 6'1" senior from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 32, Kevin Shank. A 6'1" senior from Detroit, Michigan, number 33, Clarence Rich. A 6'4" sophomore from Flint, Michigan, number 40, Lan Bullard. A 6'8" junior from Seymour, Indiana, number 50, John Hunstrider. And a 6'6" junior from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 54, Pat Murphy. And now the starting lineup for IPFW. At one guard, a 5'8" junior from Saginaw, Michigan, number 10, Andre Walton. At the other guard, a 6'2" senior from Grant, Michigan, number 23, Dwayne Shears. At the center position, a 6'8" junior from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 44, Doug Reinke. At one forward, a 6'5" junior from Lanesville, Indiana, number 24, Shane Gibson. And at the other forward, a 6'7" junior from Lanesville, Indiana, number 41, Sean Gibson. The head coach for IPFW in his 5th season is Andy Piazza. He is assisted by Dick Dumanian. And now, will everyone please stand for the playing of our national anthem by the IPFW Pep Band.
Okay, Charlie, just about a minute away here from the tip-off of the first game of the season. You think the Dons are going to come out running?
I think so, and that could be because of the change in the lineup. We expected Jeff Smithy to start the basketball game, but we have Andre Walton, who is a much quicker and better at penetrating and better at pushing the basketball up the court. So I do look for the Dons to do some running tonight.
And as we also saw, he's got his own cheering section here tonight as well.
That's right.
We also have a lot of people here for Hanover because of Paul Johnson, who's from Carroll High School, right outside of Fort Wayne here, so he's got a lot of fans in the audience as well. Nice crowd out here for the first game of the season. Come on out sometime and watch a game. I know it's great watching me and Charlie on TV doing the games, but it's just as fun to get out here and catch Don's Fever live. So get out and watch a game sometime. Can't beat it.
A very good crowd tonight. Come join us.
And James Dunlap.
Number 54, Doug Winters, will be jumping it for Hanover against number 44, Doug Reinke for the Dons. Again, the starting lineup for the Dons. You've got Andre Walton, Dwayne Shears in the backcourt. Shane and Sean Gibson, the brothers up front. And Doug Reinke is the center. And the 91-92 season has started. The Dons control the tip. Andre Walton pushing it up quickly to Shears in the corner. Gibson thought he was open underneath. That's Sean Gibson. And we have Sean and Shane. Sean 41 and his brother Shane 24. And there's the first foul of the season, Charlie. We're not going to start picking on the officials quite yet. Number 54, Doug Winters.
It looks like right now, Randy, IPFW trying to set up that half-court offense before they get the running game going, and I couldn't pick a better person on this basketball team to go to than Sean Gibson.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Piazza wants to get him off quickly, get him plenty of confidence, and get him started to another all-conference kind of season. Don's moving the ball around, inside to Sean, off the glass for two.
Down low for number
The Dons
41,
take their first lead of the
Gibson.
season, and we're sure it won't be the last. And here's the full court trap. We didn't see as much as this last year, Charlie. They didn't trap a lot because, frankly, they were a little too slow to trap all the time.
Randy, we just did not have the personnel to do that last year. We picked our moments for it.
That should have been a 10-second violation. When the ball crossed midcourt, there were 34 seconds on the shot clock. The refs missed one there. But it's their first game, too, so we will not pick on them quite yet. The Panthers working the ball around, taking their time. Niemeyer up top. Over to 32, that is Smithson.
The Dons right now, Randy, in a little matchup zone here.
Number 32, Smithson with the shot, no good. And it's Shane Gibson with the rebound. Here comes Andre Walton, one-on-one. Just blows by. Just blows right by Joel Niemeyer like he wasn't even there. And there's that quickness you were talking about, 4-0 Dons.
That's what we can look for out of Andre Walton all this year, Randy. And if he runs his team right, he will be a standout in the backcourt for the Dons this year.
You know that was the kind of play that Andy Piazza was looking for early. That's what he didn't see enough of last year, and that is his style of play. Blocked by Reinke. Get it out of here, son.
Doug Reinke looking to lead the GLVC in blocks this year, coming back from being second in the league last year.
You know, key for Reinke, too, as we talked about all last year, is for him to stay out of early foul trouble. We're a minute and 35 seconds into the game. A lot of times, and this is no joke, this far into a game, he'd have 2 fouls
Exactly. And the kind of fouls, Randy, that you just can't have. There are some fouls that, hey, that's a legitimate foul. If a man is under the basket and you don't want him to score that bucket, you foul him. But he had a lot of little ticky-tacky fouls.
Reinke would get too many of those where when he was going for an offensive rebound, the other team would get it, and he'd foul a guy in the backcourt. He's not doing any good back there.
Exactly. We need him in the game.
Exactly. If you foul a guy going up for a rebound or a guy's trying to make a layup and you hit him, make it a tough shot, that's okay. But to foul somebody in the backcourt where you're not going to steal the ball is not worth it. We've got a timeout here. We've got a Hanover player getting
54
checked.
must have caught an elbow.
Doug Winters.
Also, we'll have the Glenbrook Dodge Hyundai shooting contest, a chance to win
Being
the
careful.
car from Glenbrook Dodge Hyundai that is
Got the
sitting
same
outside
starting.
the
Got the same
gymnasium.
guys out there who
That's
started.
all
We're a
coming up
minute
at
35
halftime.
into the game. If you just joined us, Don's lead at 4-0 right now. They're 2 for 2 from the line, from the field. Andre Walton on a fast break and Sean Gibson on the inside. You've got Andre Walton, number 10, Sean Gibson, number 41, Shane Gibson, 24, Dwayne Shears, 23, and Doug Reinke, number 44, out there for the Dons, who are in the white. In blue, it's Hanover. 42, Paul Johnson, who played at Carroll High School. 54 is Doug Winters. 52, Carlos Johnson. Also the backcourt, number 32, Chris Smithson. And number 12, Joel Niemeyer. So now you are up to date in case you tuned in late. If you did, don't let it happen again.
It's great to see the Dons get off to a good start, and again, that's extremely important. Last year at this time, we saw the Dons get off to a terrible start against Huntington last year, as we see number 54 being escorted off the court by the IPFW trainer.
Might be bleeding a little or something. They're going to check on him. Hank Whedon's coming in now. I'm glad he came in because Hank's been weeding my garden, as I'm going to call him tonight. Hank Whedon, number 45. Okay, it's the last time I'll make that joke. Whedon's got it. Nowhere to go. Out to Smithson. Over to Niemeyer. Hanover, I've got a feeling, is going to run a very patient offense all night. 10 on the shot clock right now. Three-point shot is no good. And for the rebound, Sean Gibson, great play. Tapped it back in to Andre Walton, who pushing it up. The lob in the corner. Shears can't hang out to it, but makes a great play to get it back in. Corner to Shears. Out front to Gibson. Sean Gibson. Remember, Shane, 24, his brother, also playing for the Dons this year. That's Shane with the ball. Shane about 2 inches shorter than Sean. Shears for 3. Just short. And number 52, Carlos Johnson pulls it down and brings it up for the Panthers. Again, they set up the offense. Not much of a low post game, it doesn't seem like, for them, Charlie. Everybody outside.
No, their tallest player is only 6'5", Randy.
Reinke with his second block of the night. And again, he's making the clean block, not fouling the guy and keeping the ball in play. Those are keys right there.
That's what made Bill Russell such a great player. He kept the ball in play.
The best at that. Some of these guys swat a shot and knock it into the 12th throw. It looks great, but it doesn't give your team the ball. 10 seconds on the shot clock now. Niemeyer might have to try the three. No, over to Whedon. 5 on the shot clock, pushes it to Smithson. Somebody better shoot here. Niemeyer for 3, way short. And here comes Walton, one-on-one on the fast break. You know, he's taking that one to the hole. He gets the bucket and the foul on Niemeyer. Niemeyer got burned one other time by Walton. He said, I'm not letting him make an easy one this time. Well, it wasn't an easy one, but Walton made it nonetheless.
And Randy, you've seen 2 times Andre Walton, by far the quickest player on the court, period.
And Charlie, I know you've played a lot of ball. I've played a little too. And if a guy looks quick from up here, he's unbelievably quick on the floor, because when you're down there, everything happens so much faster. And when he's looking fast to us up here, it's unbelievable. Here's a replay. You watch, get the rebound, and he just takes it the whole way. Just no chance. Look, zoom right by him, gets the body, gets the bucket. He's going for the three-point play. Walton hits it. The Dons up 7-0, 3 minutes into the game.
And he's making great decisions.
That's
Again,
right.
You can't stress that enough, how good your decisions are on the break.
And there's the full court press. There's the trap. Just gets it across. 3-on-1 now. Reinke gets his 3rd block of the night. Couldn't have played that better. No foul there, or no block there, but Reinke gets the foul. That one didn't look like much of a foul.
Personal foul on IPFW.
Reinke doing a super job on defense. 3 blocks in just over 3 minutes, and he just missed his 4th there. That's Reinke's first foul, team's first. And we've got number 52, Carlos Johnson, at the line shooting a pair. Panthers, will they score? Certainly. We didn't think it was going to be a shutout, not in the first game.
Also, Randy, what that does for Reinke down low, that makes his presence well known. Those Panthers are going to think twice every time they come into the paint now.
They're already thinking about it. 3 block shots. Don's pushing it up. Walton just like a jitterbug across there. Shears for 3. He's got it. Tell you, Dwayne Shears picked up a lot of confidence late in the season, Charlie. We talked about the team as a whole picking up confidence, but Dwayne really shot the ball well the last 10 games. And
exactly.
Early it's carrying.
A lot of that confidence came from that Bellarmine or Ashland game.
Yep.
I forget he had 6 3-pointers in that basketball game.
Don's up 9-2 right now. I think they only counted that as a 2-pointer. It looked like a 3. So just give Shears 2 on that one if you're keeping score at home. 9-2, 4 minutes into the ball game. Randy Schiffman and Charlie Washington, glad you're with us on College Cable Access Channel 6. Our first IPFW game of the season. There will be plenty, folks. I think they're going to get Shears grabbing number 42, Paul Johnson, from behind. That'll be his first foul, team's second. Paul Johnson, who's out of Carroll High School right here in Allen County, will go to the line and shoot a couple. And here come the first of the replacements. Clarence Rich wearing number 33 this year. Wasn't he number 12 last season, as I remember?
Changed his number. Maybe it's the same philosophy as Stacey King has for the Chicago Bulls.
Yes, Stacey King went from 33, or was it, or 34. He's now wearing 21 for the Bulls.
Yes, changed perspective.
And he is playing a little better.
But Clarence had a good year, unlike Stacey King last year.
Well, now he's wearing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's number, Larry Bird, Patrick Ewing. A few guys of note have worn 33. Yeah, I remember him. Also joining Rich into the game, number 4, Jeff Smithy, and number 50, John Honstrider. Sean Gibson stays in, and so does Dwayne Shears. 9-4, Johnson hit both of those free throws for Hanover. Smithy will try the long one, 3-pointer, no good, but there's Honstrider with the rebound. He gets fouled and shoved out of bounds. And number 45, Hank Whedon's got that who me look on his face. Hank, you had him by the arm. I believe that is a foul in this league. That's even a foul in the NBA. That's his first personal 3-team fouls now on Hanover. Don's lead at 9-4. We're just over 4.5 minutes into the ball game. Honstrider at the line shoots a pair.
John bringing back that 61% from the field.
He makes the first shot. Now, John must think he plays in the NBA because they have him listed at 6'8". Now, Does he look? I don't think
I
Jeff's
stood
6'8".
next to John.
About 6'5", 6'6", but makes them both. He looks 6'8" on the free throws. John, you keep making them, you'll be 6'9". 11-4 Dons lead it. Here's the full court press again. Make him chew up some time. Maybe force a turnover. Almost a travel there. They just beat the 10-second clock again. Clarence Rich with the double team. Boy, the Dons double teaming all over the place, and they force the turnover. Carlos Johnson loses it out of bounds. Those are the kind of things. The attrition takes its toll when you press the whole game.
That Don defense looking mighty tough right now, and I think they can do it the whole game with all this depth that they have.
I'll tell you, Charlie, the thing that's impressing me in the first 5 minutes of this ball game, the Dons are really looking quick. Shears, that is definitely a three-pointer. You can see a couple of the guys on the bench said something to the ref that time. Shears was about 2 feet behind the line when he let that one fly. 14-4 Dons lead it. We have played 5 minutes of the first half.
Again, Shears looking to the basket with great confidence, but anyone who scores 25 points a game in junior college should have some confidence.
And there is Paul Johnson out of Carroll, hits a three-pointer. He's got 5. Dons lead now 14-7. Shears shot that one. It was almost a fadeaway three. Sean Gibson hits the three. It's three-mania here, or Trey-mania. At the Don Dome, 17-7, IPFW up and looking very, very, very sharp right now. What do they have, about 2 missed shots, I think, so far?
If that. I think they were fouled on those. IPFW, that is.
Boy, Ashland, or excuse me, I'm thinking Ashland because we were talking about him. Hanover had a chance to go to the basket, and the guy's just turning around because they're thinking about those block shots, and then they throw it away. Coach needs a timeout, and he's going to take one. Pat Murphy and Kevin Shank will check in when we get back to action. We have played 5 minutes and 49 seconds of the first half. Dons leading it 17-7 right now. Charlie, you're Andy Piazza. Is there anything you can really say to your players except, hey, just keep what you're doing.
Exactly, and the biggest problem that Andy Piazza is going to have this year, Randy, is getting all 14 of these players in the basketball game because they are very deep from 1 through 14.
We want to remind everybody out there in our viewing audience, the College Cable Access Program Guide provides information about our programming, including our monthly sports programming. You want to catch up with that. To receive your free, that is gratis, Channel 6 program guide, send your name, address, and zip code to College Cable Access Center at IPFW, 2101 Coliseum Boulevard East, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805-1499. Or if you want, give us a call at 481-6582. Keep you up on all the great programming here at College Cable Access, Channel 6. Charlie, 17-7. Don's looking great. We were just talking about what's Andy saying to the guys. Just keep doing it, right?
Keep doing what you are doing. Of course, we can't tell exactly what he's saying. And again, I can't talk enough about the luxury that he has. He did not start 2 returning starters, and he got the quick start that he got coming out from Andre Walton. And also, I forget who started in place of Clarence Rich.
Pat Murphy has checked into the game, so has Kevin Shank. So we have a new 5 out there now. It's Smithy, Murphy, Clarence Rich, John Honstreiter, and Kevin Shank. A completely different 5 than started the game for IPFW. We're talking about Andy Piazza telling the IPFW Dons just keep doing the same thing. Now, what does Dr. Michael Beitzel, the coach of Hanover, what does he say to his guys, especially
you have to
about
stop
all these
the turnovers. Turnovers right now are hurting them very much. The press, the IPFW press, is giving them all kinds of problems. They just have to take their time and be patient against that press.
There was a foul there on Jeff Smithy, his first. So the ball goes back over to the Hanover Panthers. Working it around. Johnson, another three-pointer, hits his second three-pointer of the game. You know, Paul Johnson, who's from Carroll High School, was not listed in the starting lineup. I think the coach may have started him because he's playing in front of the hometown fans, and right now that's the best move he's made because Johnson's got 8 of the Panthers' 10 points, 2 3-pointers, and a couple of free throws at 17-10 IPFW. Smithy for a 3. Boy, IPFW has hit, is that 3 or 4 3-pointers right now, Charlie? Gibson's got one, Shears had one, and
that's 3.
Gibson had
one. We thought it should be 4.
We thought should have been 4. Looked like Shears had one they didn't
2.
call. 20-10 right now. 5 3-pointers made by the 2 teams so far. You can go a game sometimes without seeing 5 3-pointers.
The Dons averaged close to 8 3-pointers last year, and they're up in the GLVC in that category.
Honstreiter with the good hand steal on the inside. Clarence Rich running the break, gets it to Smithy. He'll drive the lane and lay it up and out. Oh, that baby just rolled around twice. And they're going to call Clarence Rich with the backcourt foul, slapping at Joel Niemeyer. That'll be Clarence's first foul. 4 team fouls now on IPFW. Boy, that ball looked like he was going to drop for Smithy 2 times.
Exactly. And Clarence got caught with the quick hands that time. Not quite quick enough.
Smithy laughing there, and he's just going, boy, I thought I had that one down. He made the right decision, though. We've been talking about that a little too, Charlie, that you have to make the right decisions on the break. And he had the opening. He knifed right through, just couldn't get the ball to drop. Layups look easy, but when you're in a game, a layup, unless there's nobody near you, layups are not easy because 9 times out of 10, somebody's going to try to block that shot.
That's right.
Boy, now they're calling Pat Murphy with the foul, his first, team's 5th. They're going to call for going over the back, trying to get a steal there. Andy Piazza shaking his head a little there. The only thing he doesn't like so far. We've played just over 7 minutes. IPFW leads Hanover 20-10. Again, thanks for joining us here on College Cable Access Channel 6. Randy Schiffman and Charlie Washington bringing you the first basketball game for IPFW this season. Number 52, Carlos Johnson with the bucket for Hanover. That makes it 20-12, IPFW out in front. Smithy will run the offense.
Looks like the Dons are in the infamous flex offense.
Clarence Rich has that one partially blocked. And here comes Hanover the other way. Joel Niemeyer, they are not going to take a fast break unless they absolutely, positively have it wide open. Good back screen there. Number 22, John Carter gets the wide open jumper. Great back pick there. And now it's 20-14. Hanover staying in this one after some early jitters. Smithy for 3. In and out. And here comes Carter. 1-on-3. Wisely decides to pull it out. Johnson, another three-pointer, just misses. He thought he had that one, Charlie. He was running back to play defense.
He had started his scoring trot down the court.
Coaches hate when you do that. Pat Murphy from 18. Perfect. That's something we didn't see Pat do at all last year. Take a shot outside of 8 feet.
I played in a couple of leagues this summer and tournaments with Pat, and Pat can shoot that basketball from there. He just he knew his role last year with the team and did not take that shot, but he can stick it.
Well, he also sat out a season after transferring here, and your skills get a little rusty.
Sure.
No matter how much you practice, how many pickup games you get in, it's not the same as playing a conference game. Pat should be a lot more confident this season.
Well, he looks in shape right now.
Yeah. Honstrider causes the turnover. Shank comes up with the ball, and the Dons looking to build on their 8-point lead. Clarence Rich inside to Honstrider, out to Rich. Back into Honstrider. That one was kicked out of bounds, so they should reset the shot clock on a kick, and they do. We have exactly 11 minutes to go. Good news here. Number 54, Doug Winters, who had to go to the dressing room, is back in the lineup. So whatever kind of shot he took to the face didn't hurt too much. Winters is in. And who else came in there? I believe it was number 40, Joel Bostic. Number 52, Carlos Johnson, and number 45, Hank Whedon take seats for Hanover. Shot missed by Smithy, but he tracks down the rebound.
That shot may have been a little ill-advised and quick by Smithy that time.
Yeah, they had a new shot clock, so they had about 40 to go. Kevin Shank, here's a guy I'd like to see take a couple of more shots, too. Bad pass by Shank. Stolen by Niemeyer. He's going to have the layup. No, it's blocked! Oh, they're going to call a foul on Honstrider. He looked like he timed that one pretty well.
Looked good from here, Randy, but it's a long way from up here.
We can see the replay on that one. Hope we have our camera right underneath. I think we're going to have a pretty good replay on that one. Honstrider thought he had the block, as we'll see it right here.
We're watching a different game.
Yeah, again, it's the first game of the season for the refs. Eric Vaughn, who didn't play at all last year because of grade problems, in the lineup. I know Eric's been itching to get back in the game. Andre Walton back in for IPFW, and so is Shane Gibson. So now for the Dons out there, you have 54, Pat Murphy, 41, Sean Gibson, number 10 is Andre Walton, number 25, Eric Vaughn, and 33 is Clarence Rich. Now last year, 33 was worn by Sam Long.
That's right.
Who is now playing over at Indiana Tech.
Toiling for the Indiana Techsters.
Maybe Clarence wanted the number all along. Joel Niemeyer missed the first free throw. The foul on Honstrider, his first 16 fouls on the Dons now. Second one is good. That makes it a 22-15 game, IPFW in front. Niemeyer goes out, and number 32, Chris Smithson, checks back in for the Panthers. Pat Murphy up top. looking underneath. They'll get it out to Sean Gibson. Eric Vaughn. Clarence Rich passes up the 12-footer. Inside Murphy, muscles underneath, back out to Gibson. No, it's stolen, but they're going to say number 40, Joel Bostic, was standing on the line, out of bounds to the Dons. No reset on the shot clock, though. 24 seconds, still plenty of time for the Dons to get a shot. Vaughn inbounds it to Walton, into Murphy, the good spin move. He gets stuffed by Bostic.
In Murph's defense, Randy, that was a pass. He was trying to get the ball to Gibson.
Good defense there. They doubled down when he slid into the middle. That's how you want to play defense. Coach got to like that. Bostic, the man who made the block. Top of the key now over to Smithson. Inside, a wide open Carlos Johnson, tapped away by Seabiscuit. Clarence Rich, and here comes Andre Walton. Oh, great pass to Eric Vaughn. Count the bucket. Terrific play by Walton. Boy, I like him, Charlie. I like him a lot.
He's earning that position tonight thus far, definitely. He's played clearly better than Smith up to this point.
It's his first game out here, and he looks like he's played in this uniform for a couple of years. Knows exactly what to do with the ball.
And also got his teammate Eric Vaughn. That's what a player like Eric Vaughn needs to get a layup. Now his jumper should be in tune now.
Oh, boy, great fake there. Noel Bostic got Sean Gibson on the old ladder, up and down. Take Clarence Rich, too, though, with the steal. Remember how many steals he had last year? One of the best in the conference at swiping the ball. There's Clarence for three now. No good. Murphy tips the rebound to Walton, and he keeps it alive. Underneath, Eric Vaughn wide open. Goes up, gets fouled. I don't know who they're going to get on that foul, but Eric Vaughn's going to have 2 free throws. Number 52, Carlos Johnson. His first, team's fourth. Eric Vaughn will be at the line shooting 2. Dons lead at 24-17, 8:52 to go in the first half. Sean Gibson, Pat Murphy take seats. And Doug Reinke and Dwayne Shears checking back in. The Dons going with a little bit of a smaller lineup now.
As we see Eric Vaughn at the free throw line. Eric took about a 1.5-year hiatus from the Dons, and now he's back for hopefully a strong senior season.
He makes his first. Well, now they're going to keep Sean Gibson in. And Clarence Rich goes to the bench.
It's hard to keep up with all these substitutions, Randy.
It's like North Carolina. Vaughn hits them both. He's got 4 quick points off the bench, and the Dons have a 9-point lead, 26-17. The full court press has been on from the get-go. And the Dons are scoring a lot, which makes you set up the press. Here's the trap. Gets it over. There's a trap again, almost stolen by Walton. Now they want the half-court trap. They can't get there quickly enough. Underneath, Johnson wide open. Has it blocked, but he got hit before he put the shot up. Dwayne Shears gets him with the body.
Actually, this Hanover Panther team, Randy, is pretty patient on the press when they take their time to get the basketball up the court. When they do try to get in a hurry, that's where the steals are coming from. And when they do get a chance to get into their half-court offense, they're also pretty patient.
Yeah, they're looking a little better now. They threw the ball away at least 4 or 5 times in the first 5 minutes. Now they've settled down pretty much. Carlos Johnson hits his first free throw. Cuts the lead to 8, 26-18. Shane Gibson coming in now. Sean's brother, number 24, Dwayne Shears, goes out. Dwayne had 5 quick points. Got to have a computer to keep up with these changes. Johnson's second free throw. It's Carlos Johnson. No good, and Reinke's got the ball. 26-18, 8.5 minutes to go. Dons lead it by 8. Inside, Doug Reinke looking for his first shot of the season. Doesn't take it. Eric Vaughn, he's trying to put on his magic act. Inside to Reinke. Back to Vaughn for 3. Boy, Eric Vaughn is perfect so far. A 3-pointer, a layup, and 2 free throws. Eric's been itching to play, and we see why. 29-18, Dons lead it by 11 with 8 minutes to go in the first half.
That's what getting in the game and getting a quick layup will do for you, Randy. That'll give you instant confidence. And Eric doesn't need help with confidence anyway.
He is one confident young man. You know, he wanted your job last year, by the way. Every game he'd come up to us. When are you going to get me? We need 3 men on the cast.
Well, Randy was telling me the same thing. He said he wanted your job.
Oh, number 45, Hank Whedon with the rebound basket. Reinke on the inside. There's a little banker off the glass, a little too strong. Gibson gets popped in the mouth. Sean Gibson, that is. But he seems to be okay. Sean hasn't fallen yet. He usually falls 3 or 4 times a game.
It's still early. Still relatively early.
Smithson out top to Carter. Over to Bostic. Inside Carlos Johnson. Well, I'll tell you, that Carlos Johnson is one smooth ball player. Gets 2 more off the glass, and now all of a sudden it's a 7-point ball game. Downs up 29-22. 7:13 to go in the first half.
And again, the Dons have to be careful.
They'd like to, the Dons have, say, at least a 10-point lead if they have. 10 points is always that magic number, that double digit. If you can keep it around there, it seems like by the time the other team makes a run and catches up, they're out of gas. Here comes a fast break now. Gibson lost it, pulling up John Carter on the break. Perfect from 12. And now it's a 5-point game. Andy Piazza's got to be thinking timeout.
That was a great decision by Carter. Great decision to pull up for the jumper.
Shane Gibson, Sean's brother. And we're not calling Sean Shane now. Shane number 24, first year on the team. Sean number 41. Doug Reinke. Eric Vaughn inside to Sean. And they're going to call the block on number 45, Hank Whedon. He did come out with a good ooh that you could hear. But that didn't help him. Gets an early Academy Award nomination. He doesn't get the award yet, but a nomination.
Well, that's one of the first things you learn as a defensive player, to learn the oh.
Sometimes the refs aren't looking, and they are listening. His second foul, 5 on the team. Sean Gibson with the drive, dishes it out to his brother Shane for 3. Another 3-pointer. That's 5 3-pointers for the Dons by my count, Charlie. 32-24.
You are right.
And by 5 different players.
Gibson to Gibson on that one.
Both Gibsons have one. Eric Vaughn's got one. Smithy's got one. And Dwayne Shears has one. Boy, almost half the points. 15 of the 32 points coming on 3-pointers for the Dons right now. 32-24, 6 minutes to go. Dons up by 8 in the first half. Glad you're with me. Randy Schiffman and my buddy Charlie Washington here on College Cable Access Channel 6. Our first IPFW game of the season. It's not the last. I think the Dons going to win 20 this year, Charlie. I'm telling you right now. Reinke with his 4th block of the night. Shot missed underneath by Bostic, and then Smithson picks up the loose ball. Can't give a team 3 shots. They're going to make one of them.
Again, Randy, I definitely agree with you again if we can get that strong play out of the point guard position, because we have people who can score the buckets, but we have to get them the basketball.
And number 10, Andre Walton with the ball. First season here at IPFW, looking strong right now. Boy, he has played a beautiful floor game so far. That is Walton with the ball. He is, Sean Gibson trying to hit Shane on the cut. Shane was not looking. The ball goes out of bounds. John Hanstrider coming in. Doug Reinke takes a seat. Reinke, 4 blocks in less than 15 minutes of the game, and he's only played about 8 minutes, and he's got 4 blocks.
And only 1 foul.
That might be his key statistic right now. That's a good point, Charlie.
Just a little over 5 minutes to go and only 1 foul.
Don's only up by 6 right now, 32-26. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Vaughn a little slow on trying to get the steal. Whedon with the ball over to Paul Johnson from Carroll High School here in Allen County. He's had a good first half, 8 points. Hanover taking time, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Underneath, Bostic against Shane Gibson, won't challenge him. Hank Whedon over to Paul Johnson for 2, no good. And Eric Vaughn with the rebound. He's got Hanstrider and Walton on the wings, takes it all the way, and he gets the bucket. Eric Vaughn is a star being born tonight. Boy, if he's the dandy-down player of the game, Charlie, you're in trouble. You're not even going to get to say anything. He's just going to grab the mic and go.
Eric has teased me about it that, hey, I want to be the dandy-don player of the game. And you are right. I may not be able to get a word in edgewise.
Well, we don't have to vote for him. Eric Vaughn's got 9 points off the bench. That is terrific.
And making a strong bid for that
anybody out there who thinks we're making fun of Eric, we're both friends with Eric. He's a great guy, and we're really, really, really happy to see him playing so well. He's been telling us he's going to do this, and he's coming out, and, man, he is doing it. Number 22, John Carter hits another short jumper, and it's an 6-point lead for the Dons, 34-28, just under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Underneath, bad pass by Shane Gibson. Ball goes out of bounds. Shane's going to take a seat along with Andre Walton, Clarence Rich, and Jeff Smithy checking back in. For now, you have on the floor for IPFW, number 4 is Jeff Smithy, 33 Clarence Rich, 25 Eric Vaughn, 50 is John Honstrider, and 41 is Sean Gibson. Number 45, Hank Whedon, goes out for the Hanover Panthers. Number 12, Joel Niemeyer back in.
Good hustle there by Clarence Rich.
For Hanover, you got Niemeyer, number 12. Number 42 is Paul Johnson. 52, Carlos Johnson. Number 40 is Noel Bostic. And number 22, John Carter. Tell you, the Panthers, number 18 in the country, NAIA. And if you're wondering what NAIA teams are like, well, St. Francis is NAIA, Indiana Tech, NAIA. So NAIA has some great teams. Guys, like you mentioned, 33, Scottie Pippen earlier tonight, Charlie. He played NAIA ball in college, as did Dennis Rodman for the Pistons.
Exactly.
A lot of great players in every division.
And now they're superstars.
That's right. Scottie Pippen, if he were on any other team, he would be a superstar, as you say. And he is, anyways. Great pass by Eric Vaughn. No look underneath to Sean Gibson for 2. Great pass. But Scottie Pippen is a superstar because he is on the Olympic team for the United States. Any one of those 12 guys is a superstar.
Exactly.
Don's up by 8 right now, 36-28. Under 3 minutes to go in the first half.
And you just saw Eric Vaughn at his best with a deceptive pass.
Boy, he has not made a mistake tonight. You don't say that about any player very often, but he hasn't turned it over. He hasn't missed a shot, and he's made a couple of very good passes. And now he's going to take a seat. He looks a little tired. He looks very tired.
Last time down the court, he was calling for Coach Piazza, me.
Well, that's good. The players are supposed to do that.
Exactly.
When you got 12 guys like the Dons do who can play, get them in there, get them in there.
And again, Eric making a strong bid for the Dandy Don player of the game.
Mark Allen coming in. He's a junior out of Cincinnati. His first game as a Don. Number 21. And Kevin Schenk has checked back in. Sean Gibson went out. There's Allen's first shot and just rolls out. Sean Gibson and Eric Vaughn checked out. Hanover trying to trim the 8-point lead the Dons have. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first half. Key part of the ball game right here. Last 5 minutes, the first half, and the first 5 minutes of the second can often determine the winner of a game. Clarence Rich forces his second turnover of the night. Seabiscuit, the man with the hands.
Exactly, Randy, and we saw 3 Dons on the floor diving for that loose ball. Great to see that.
It's the first game of the season. Everybody's eager. These guys have been beating up on each other for 6 weeks in practice. They got a love coming out here. What is it like, Charlie? The first game after don't you get sick of looking at your teammates?
Extremely sick and tired.
And you know each other's moves perfectly. You can't
know the
really pull
plays,
anything
the same
out.
plays.
Yeah, you're
so
running
you
the
see
same
new meat
plays.
up there.
Kevin Schenk drove, got it to Honstrider. Smithy wide open, doesn't get it. Rich for 3, way outside. That was 3 in the NBA. Or for the Fort Wayne Fury, our new CBA team. Clarence Rich gives the Dons an 11-point lead. That's that goal. They want to be up at least by 10 at the half. They lead by 11 with a minute and a half to go.
And the Fury, by the way, Randy, I was very disappointed to see that you did not make that roster.
Hey, I was close. Now, if you saw the story, I made the team, but they couldn't afford my salary. And thank God they couldn't, because I couldn't afford that much Ben Gay. Inside, Carlos Johnson. Boy, just misses that one. He really has played a strong game so far for the Panthers. 1:10 to go in the first half. Dons like to get a quick shot here. Then they'll get a 2-for-1. They'll get the ball back. Mark Allen off the glass. That is beautiful. Mark Allen's first point as a Dandy Don. And all of a sudden, the biggest lead of the game, Charlie. 13-41-28. Just under a minute to go.
And Allen looked good on even the shot that he missed. He looked very fluid in taking that shot.
Very good shots. Boy, Andy Piazza is going to have a tough halftime because there's really not much bad he can say to his team that they've done wrong.
And right now, the only player who has not played is probably the best athlete on the team, Lan Bullard.
Yeah, who also missed last season.
Exactly.
They're going to get Honstrider with the block on the inside. Silly foul there. 34 seconds to go in the first half. Honstrider is going to pick up his second. Really nobody in foul trouble for the Dons. Number 42, Paul Johnson. Paul Johnson out of Carroll High School will be at the line shooting the 1-and-1. He's got 8 points, I believe. Paul Johnson. Got a lot of fans out here tonight, too. Pat Murphy checking in for John Honstrader. Good move. Don't give Honstrader a chance to pick up a third foul before half. You never want any of your players to have 3 if you have.
Please come down to the scorer's table so we can get the contest started as soon as halftime.
Uh-oh. We just found out that Jerry Fox of the Journal-Gazette will be shooting at halftime. We will have to report. Jerry is one of the biggest boosters. His son Ben is one of the ball boys out here with Andy Piazza's son Drew. And Jerry is, you know, if people out there listening and watching don't know this, Jerry is one of the driving forces behind us having a great chance and probably getting a minor league baseball team. He's the head president now of the Fort Wayne Sports Corporation.
I did not even know that.
He's a big booster of any kind of sports in Fort Wayne, and he's really doing a lot of the work behind the scenes to get us a minor league baseball team. Johnson hits the first free throw, misses the second. Dons lead by 12 points with 30 seconds to go. They're going to play for one. So I hope Jerry makes it and wins the car. And he's already told him if he wins the car, he's going to donate it back to the school.
Oh.
He is one nice man.
What a philanthropist.
Yes. He's one of those guys who does a lot of the behind-the-scenes work that you don't hear about, and he doesn't take any of the credit for it. He also gets out and pushes IPFW basketball wherever he can. And there's another foul that Andy Piazza didn't want to see. 32, Kevin Shank.
Personal foul on IPFW.
Because the Dons were going to get the last shot of the half. And now Carlos Johnson will get the 1-and-1. So instead of maybe a 14 or 15-point lead for IPFW, it would have been at least 12. It now could be just 10 points. Shank's first, and Andy Piazza taking him out quickly.
There was a near altercation there between Johnson and Shank.
This is Carlos Johnson.
As we see Andy giving Kevin a little advice.
Kevin's a bright kid, works for IBM.
That's right.
Carlos Johnson makes the first free throw. That could be a 4 or 5 point swing, though, on that foul. They reset the clock. We have 8 seconds to go in the first half.
Speaking of how bright Kevin Shank is, the Dons had 3 players last year on the all GOVC academic team.
10-point lead. Dons will get a final shot. 5 seconds. Clarence Rich pulls up, hits Jeff Smithy open for the little jumper. Nice play. And the Dons will go to the locker room up by 12, 43-31. Psychologically big play there, Charlie.
Extremely big, Randy. If the Panthers go in on that little run that they had, being at only a 3 or 4 point run, that still gives them the edge. But the Dons come back and score a quick bucket in 5 seconds, makes that those 4 points not loom as large going into the break.
In the first half, 43-31 is the score. Dons lead it, and they have looked super. They've got to be shooting about 60%. The defense has been good. Maybe could be a little better on the defensive rebounding. That would really be about the only thing you could say the Dons are not doing extremely well right now.
Exactly. From up here, everything looked well, but I'm sure Coach Piazza has some things that he did not like from his perspective down in the locker room. But again, from up here, they look great.
And speaking of the locker room, it is just about time for us, I think, to take a little halftime break here. But, of course, we're going to have some halftime entertainment for all the people at home watching this game. And we'll be right back. Charlie, what is Andy Piazza going to say to his guys now?
Again, they do need to get a little better on the defensive rebounding end of the court, Randy, but they are doing everything very well, so they have to maintain what they are doing great, and maybe improve again on that defensive rebounding edge and keeping the ball out of the middle sometimes on the fast break.
Okay, we're getting ready to go to our halftime break here, and we want to remind everybody to tune into Channel 6 Wednesday evening at November 27th at 7 o'clock to watch the Lady Tartars from Wayne State University. And they will take on the IPFW Lady Dons. Catch the action of GLC basketball here on Channel 6. We'll be back for more GLVC basketball right after these brief messages.
I was going to take a job with an engineering firm in New York. I got a better offer. I'm building schools overseas with the Peace Corps. The pace is a little slower than New York, but here I'm getting grassroots experience I couldn't get anywhere else. The way I look at it, the world can wait 2 years for another 40-story smoked glass high-rise.
Peace Corps, the toughest job you'll ever love.
Everyone makes mistakes, Matthew. Don't pay any attention to the other children.
For this bright 6-year-old, the ABCs have never been as simple as ABC. Where do you go when you're different from the other kids? He got help at a Center for Learning Disabilities. They got help from the United Way. All because the United Way got help from you. The United Way. It brings out the best in all of us.
It's yours.
Hi, I'm Alan Bangs. Here's a Channel 6 Sports halftime report. Things are looking good for the IPFW women's basketball squad, who return 11 players from last year's 19-9 team. First-year head coach Eileen Kleinfelter takes over the helm of a team that finished third last year in the GLVC. Headlining the Lady Dons core of returnees is senior All-American Lisa Miller. Last season, Miller led the GLVC in scoring with 21.4 points per game and was among league leaders in rebounding, field goal percentage, free throw percentage, and steals. She also became the school's all-time leading scorer with 1,606 points. A problem Kleinfelter has to resolve is that of replacing last year's starting point guard Dawn Harbaugh, who graduated after becoming the school's career assist leader. 3 players vie for playing time at point guard, including junior Tina Menier, sophomore Amy Perkins, and freshman Jamie LaRue. Despite winning 17, 22, and 19 games in the last 3 seasons, the Dons have yet to finish higher than third in the GLVC. This year, IPFW is picked to finish 4th in the GLVC preseason coaches poll. First-year coach Eileen Kleinfelter is joined by assistant coach Diana Small. The women's basketball team will open up their 1991-92 home season this Wednesday against Wayne State, and that game can be seen right here live on Channel 6. The IPFW women's volleyball team finished off their year by finishing 2nd in the Great Lakes Valley Conference Tournament in Ashland, Ohio last weekend. Last Saturday, the Volley Dons advanced to the title match with a 9-15, 15-2, 15-4, 15-11 win over Bellarmine College. Junior Temple Swoverlin led the attack with 14 kills. On Sunday, IPFW lost the championship match to Ashland University 15-8, 15-7, and 15-6. IPFW head soccer coach Troy Rushing has been named the 1991 Great Lakes Valley Coach of the Year, the league announced last week. Rushing guided the Mastodons to a 7-11-1 mark in regular season play, good enough for 4th place in the GLVC. IPFW also advanced to the semifinals in the GLVC tournament before being beaten by Lewis University. All this comes after the Mastodons finished last year with a record of 1-15-2 without winning a single league match. 3 Mastodon soccer players were named all-conference this year. Senior defenseman Brendan McCormick, sophomore Neil Bogenschutz, and junior Matt Parker all took all-conference honors this year. IPFW women's tennis, cross country, and golf recently ended their 1991 seasons. The women's tennis team ended the season with a 5th-place finish in the Great Lakes Valley Conference Tournament. In cross country, the Mastodon men finished 9th of 10 teams, and the women finished 8th of 9 teams in the GLVC championships. The men were led by Sam Nolan with a time of 34:26, while the ladies were led by Sarah Shaney, who posted a time of 21:08, her best of the season. And the golf team finished 9th of 10 teams in the Great Lakes Valley Conference Tournament, posting a team score of 991 at the Purdue South Golf Course. And finally, 10 IPFW student athletes were named to the 1991 Great Lakes Valley Conference Fall Academic All-Conference Team. Representing men's cross country from IPFW is Rob Baller and Jason Douglas. From women's cross country, Colleen Garcia and Sarah Shanell. Kevin John represents men's soccer. Kathy Dunwitty and Wendy Schmeling represent women's tennis. Women's volleyball placed 3 of its members on the all-academic team, including Temple Swoverland, Denise Scheiman, and Joy Thayer. For Channel 6 Sports, I'm Alan Bangs. Let's head back to the gym for the second half of action.
There are many causes for hearing loss. It's embarrassing to ask someone to repeat comments, and it's tempting to accuse others when directions are not clearly understood. If you suspect a hearing loss, see a qualified audiologist for consultation and testing. Help is available. Speech is worth hearing. For further information, contact the speech-language hearing professional in your area or the Indiana Speech-Language Hearing Association.
Priority list, professors at Indiana University have for some time been conducting research on our changing surroundings. One of the first signs of environmental adaptation can be observed in the nation's water sources, and 3 IU studies are taking an up-close look. With the help of his assistants, Professor Bill DeMott takes a variety of measurements to determine the algae content of this freshwater lake.
And one of the problems you have in a lot of very productive lakes with too much algae is that there's lots of small fish. And there's so many small fish that they eat most of the zooplankton, so there's nothing left to eat the algae.
The algae plant grows out of control because small fish have reduced the number of these tiny algae-eating organisms. From the results of this study, methods might be developed to restore lakes to a more natural balance. Meanwhile, another project is underway to help scientists learn more about the direct effect of water pollution on aquatic life.
What I'm trying to model with these model streams is the effect of different types of application of a toxicant on the periphyton or algal community.
More simply, Professor John Michael Stewart hopes to discover the different effects on the environment that result from the continuous introduction of mankind's waste and the single contaminating episode.
Another episodic is the Exxon Valdez off Alaska. Continuous is septic tanks leak continuously, fuel storage tanks leak continuously.
In this study, the toxin zinc is introduced in various amounts to these vats of flowing water. The professor then measures the ability for living organisms to adapt or recover.
100 parts per million zinc.
This is the most likely place to find Professor Dan Willard on a Saturday. Willard's specialty is wetlands, and with the help of these students, the professor keeps tabs on the shallow water's ability to cleanse itself.
So that when you get floodwaters, it just soaks up the floodwaters and lets them out gradually during the course of the summer. A lot of bacteria and stuff in there cleaning up the water.
In the past 200 years, nearly 90% of all wetlands in Indiana and other states has been destroyed by agricultural and development practices.
That's a lot. 10% we could tolerate. 20% we could probably tolerate. But now we're eking away at that last 10%.
This is a look at just 3 Indiana University projects that measure the impact of human beings on the planet. Professors hope insights developed from such studies will be used to improve our damaged environment.
Men's basketball game. Dons lead at 43-41 at the half. And Charlie, we were talking about the halftime exhibition going on here with Jerry Fox from the Journal-Gazette was chosen. He had to make a layup. free throw and a three-pointer in, like 20 seconds or 25 seconds. Then if you make all those, you get a chance for a half-court shot. He made all three. He hit the half-court shot. Jerry Fox won the car, and I did ask him. He said, yes, he wants to donate it to the athletic program here at IPFW.
Well, that's great. And
I can't believe he did it.
It took a lot of the excitement out of this first half, which was very exciting in itself.
The crowd was stunned.
Jim Moore, I bet, was a little stunned, too. Now they have to get that car out of the garage.
I hope the battery's not there. No, normally you buy insurance for things like that in case somebody does it. Like if you go to a golf tournament, they have one of those hole-in-one deals. So the insurance company not going to be real happy tonight. But, hey, they're insurance companies. They make a lot of money off of us. They can afford to give away a car. What does some of the stats look like from the first half on the unofficial
Very
Charlie
unofficial.
computer?
Yeah.
I know Eric Vaughn had 9 points.
Yes, we have Jeff Smithy with 5 points. Andre Walton also with 5 points. Dwayne Shears with 5. Shane Gibson also 5 points. Eric Vaughn.
Shane or Sean?
Shane with 3.
Okay.
Shane had 3.
We have a Shane and a Sean this year.
Eric with 9. Clarence Rich with 3. 7 points for Sean Gibson. 2 points for Mark Allen. Hans Strider also had 2 points on 2 free throws, and Pat Murphy with 2 points.
Well, that's virtually everybody who played scored, except for Kevin Shank. I think he's the only guy who got in there and didn't score, and Lan Bullard, the only guy who didn't play. How about for the Hanover Panthers, the visitors this season?
Unofficially, we have Joel Neal.
There are many causes for hearing loss.
This is the increasingly competitive world we live in, and this is the country we want ahead of the competition. These are the people we'll be depending on to keep this country ahead of the competition. These are the colleges and universities we're relying on for the people we're depending on to keep this country ahead of the competition. So if you want America to stay #1 in the world, do something about it. Give to the college of your choice.
As an athlete, it's especially painful to watch cocaine destroy those around me. How could these heroes with so much strength and discipline fall for cocaine? They thought they could control it. That's the big lie. No one controls cocaine. So don't blame them. Learn from them. If you're using cocaine, get help.
Call 1-800-662-HELP.
You were the first in this family to get into college.
I'm so proud of you.
I can't go, can I? I just can't afford to send you.
I didn't mean to let you down.
I understand. Maybe next year. Maybe.
Hard-working students deserve a chance. Please, support the United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
There's something spreading in the third world. No one's immune to it. It passes from a mother to her children, from a man to his neighbor. And before long, it affects an entire village. It's called knowledge. Care. We're helping people learn to live without us.
Lies beget lies.
God, you sound like Mother.
Well, she happens to be right. Lying is a vicious circle, and there's no way out except to tell the truth.
It's not so easy this time, Maureen. If I tell you, it's just gonna make you mad.
1 out of every 5 people who try cocaine get hooked. But that's not your problem. Or is it? chapter.
Carol,
Tom.
some people still don't realize how space technology benefits everyone.
Well, you've played a detective. Why don't you give him a clue and I'll be your helper?
Okay, partner, look at this.
Without warning, hurricanes can take a huge toll in lives and property.
But with space satellites, we now have ample warnings.
And thousands of lives have been saved.
Hey, Carol, we're a great team.
We're a great item.
Space technology.
This is what's in it for you.
And we are back. Charlie Washington and I'm Randy Schiffman. Halftime of the IPFW Hanover men's basketball game. Dons lead at 43-41 at the half. And Charlie, we were talking about the halftime exhibition going on here with Jerry Fox from the Journal-Gazette was chosen. He had to make a layup, a free throw, and a three-pointer in what, like 20 seconds or 25 seconds. Then if you make all those, you get a chance for a half-court shot. He made all three. He hit the half-court shot. Jerry Fox won the car, and I did ask him. He said, yes, he wants to donate it to the athletic program here at IPFW.
Well, that's great. And
I can't believe he did it.
It took a lot of the excitement out of this first half, which was very exciting in itself.
The crowd was stunned.
Jim Orr, I bet, was a little stunned, too. Now they have to get that car out of the garage.
I hope the battery's not there. No, normally you buy insurance for things like that in case somebody does hit it. Like if you go to a golf tournament, they have one of those hole-in-one deals. So the insurance company not going to be real happy tonight. But, hey, they're insurance companies. They make a lot of money off of us. They can afford to give away a car. What does some of the stats look like from the first half on the unofficial Charlie
unofficial
computer?
Yeah.
I know Eric Vaughn had 9 points.
Yes, we have Jeff Smithy with 5 points. Andre Walton also with 5 points. Dwayne Shears with 5. Shane Gibson also 5 points. Eric Vaughn.
Shane or Sean?
Shane with 3.
Okay.
Shane had 3.
We have a Shane and a Sean this year.
Eric with 9. Clarence Rich with 3. 7 points for Sean Gibson. 2 points for Mark Allen. Hans Strider also had 2 points on 2 free throws, and Pat Murphy with 2 points.
Well, that's virtually everybody who played scored, except for Kevin Shank. I think he's the only guy who got in there and didn't score, and Lan Bullard, the only guy who didn't play. How about for the Hanover Panthers, the visitors this season?
Unofficially, we have Joel Niemeyer with 1 point on 1 free throw. John Carter with 6 points. Chris Smithson with 4 points. Noel Bostic with 2. Paul Johnson, the Fort Wayne native, with a very good half. 9 points for him. And Carlos Johnson played very well. He has 6 points.
Both those guys really played well. I'll tell you, I was also very impressed with number 22, John Carter. He seems like he's a little better when they had some of those semi-fast breaks and a little bit of the transition game. Carter seemed a little more comfortable. Very quick player, and he pulled up, hit a couple of jumpers.
Yeah, this is a team, you can tell why they're ranked number 18 in the NAIA Division II polls. Very controlled, patient team. And they've looked good against the Dons. The Dons did make a run late in the first half, but they hung right in there for a large portion of the first half.
If you weren't with us for the first half, the Dons quickly bolted out to a 10-point lead, kept it about there. Then all of a sudden it was down to 4, and then the Dons pulled away, made it 6, made it 8, and then got a little flash there, and they were up to a 13-point lead, and they finished out the half with a 12-point lead. So right now, things
and the Dons have to be ready, Randy. They have to be very ready for that all-important first 5 minutes of that second half.
Here we have the official stats. Look at that. The one that jumps out, the field goal percentage, Charlie, 69% for the Dons and 75% on the three-pointers.
Again, that's an amazing stat considering the number of three-point shots that were taken.
But they only missed, the Dons did, 7 shots in the first half, including free throws. That is almost a perfect half of basketball for IPFW.
And again, 55% is nothing to sneeze at.
Hanover's playing well. The big thing, the stat that we don't have here that's not showing up is turnovers. IPFW did not turn the ball over nearly as much as Hanover. I would say it'd be about a 2-to-1 ratio, Hanover turning the ball over to IPFW. And that's probably the difference in the ball game right now. You turn it over an extra 4, 5, 6 times. You convert on those, that's 10 points right there. And that's about the difference in the game. The Dons lead at 43-31.
Exactly. The Dons playing great in all aspects of the basketball game. Again, we stated the only thing that we saw that they could use some improvement on was on the defensive glass.
Right. And Doug Reinke, at least we forget, 4 block shots in the first half, and he only played about 10 minutes. Hanover starting lineup for half number 2 here. You have number 12, Joel Niemeyer. Number 32 is Chris Smithson. And number 42 is Paul Johnson out of Fort Wayne. 45 is Hank Whedon. And number 52, Carlos Johnson for the Dons. We have number 24 is Shane Gibson. Number 41, his brother Sean Gibson. 44, Doug Reinke. Number 10, Andre Walton. And 23, Dwayne Shears, the same 5 who started the game for IPFW. Hanover with the ball. Have already used over 20 seconds of the shot clock. And have not got a shot to start the second half. There's Smithson over to Paul Johnson, over Reinke. Nice shot. Boy, he has played a whale of a game. Andre Walton got the travel there. But that's a break for Walton because otherwise he would have been called for charging. So I think you'll take, if you're going to get the turnover, what the heck, you might as well just take the travel and not pick up a personal foul. There you see it right there. Great play by Joel Niemeyer, who got position and forced that turnover. 10-point lead for the Dons. We've played almost a minute of half number 2. 43-33, IPFW out in front of the Hanover Panthers. Randy Schiffman and Charlie Washington, glad you're with us on College Cable Access Channel 6. Dwayne Shears with the block on Carlos Johnson. Paul Johnson comes up short. There's Carlos with the rebound. And are they going to call a foul or a jump ball?
Looks like a foul on Shane Gibson from up here. I can't tell.
Yeah, you got that? You got it, Charlie. Number 24. Shane Gibson, brother of Sean. Don't think we're messing you up this year with Shane and Sean. They are brothers. They're both juniors, both playing for IPFW right now. And boy, they
brothers
are opposites off the court.
Yes.
Underneath, Smithson against Shears. IPFW going to the man-to-man now. Played mostly that matchup zone the first half. The Michigan State almost amoeba-type defense. It's sort of a 3-2 matchup zone that Judd Heathcote made famous. They had Magic Johnson and Greg Kelser playing. 15 on the shot clock. Not a good shot there.
Good
by
pressure.
Smithson. Yes.
That was not a block, but it was an altered shot, which should be another
almost
stat.
a turnover, but not. Andre Walton gets underneath with the left hand. No good. Gibson tip. No. Gibson gets his own rebound. Goes up. Has it taken away by number 12, Joel Niemeyer. Sean Gibson looking for the...
He makes his first fall of the night.
Sean was looking for the foul there, but that was a clean block. He got all ball. He just ripped it out of Sean's hands. Sean had it down low where the little guys could grab it. Played 2 minutes of the second half. The Dons have not scored. But they're up 10. Turnover, Andre Walton with the ball. Here he goes on the fast break. 1-on-4. Does he care? No. He gets it to Gibson. Outside to Shears for 3. Perfect. Boy, Dwayne Shears, what a turnaround in a year, Charlie. He has so much confidence now, and he had none 1 year ago.
And we don't know exactly what to attribute it to. It could be just a season of seasoning for the senior. Again, he may realize, hey, I'm a senior, I have to be a leader on this team. Could be something that Coach Andy Piazza has said to him or not said to him this year.
Big difference between JUCO and D2 ball. Big difference. Very big difference. This is another step up. The 12, Niemeyer, no good. Sean Gibson with the rebound. Gets it quickly to Walton. This is what Coach Piazza wants to see. Oh, the spin, 360, and the shot. Count it. No, they're going to call a charge. But will they count the bucket? That was one pretty move right there. No basket. No basket. Call the charge on Andre Walton. Boy, that was a thing of beauty, though. The 360 spin dribble, the soft layup. It's a highlight. It doesn't count, but it was a highlight.
That's right. It doesn't count, but it was still a great move to see.
First foul on Andre Walton, second team foul. That's another one, though, Charlie, that the other team's going to be thinking about that next time he has the ball. They don't know if he's going to dish it. They don't know if he's going to drive. It's just like a block shot. Make them think about it. Hanover setting up the offense. Down by 13 with 16 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the ball game. Good hands by Shane Gibson. Gets the steal. Now to Andre Walton, who's always seems to be pushing the ball up. Sean Gibson says no on the 3. How about you, Shane? No. Inside to Reinke. Reinke with the hook. No good. Air ball. Sean Gibson, no, but he may have been fouled. Are they going to call it a shooting foul is the question now. Number 40, Noel Bostic picks up the foul. His first, team's first in the second half. And they are calling that I don't think he's made his mind up yet, the official.
Doug Reinke, Randy, made a good fake that time, but he has to finish that play.
Doug needs to get a little more offensive-minded. Seems when he gets the ball, he's not sure what he wants to do. Sean Gibson with 2 free throws, hits the first. You know, the great players like, now I'm not comparing Doug Reinke to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar because that would be injustice to anybody, but when Jabbar got the ball, he knew if he was going to take the hook shot, he knew if he was going to do his little turnaround. He knew it before he got the ball. You have to be ready to get the ball and know what you're going to do when you get it, Charlie.
Exactly, and a lot of that is keeping the defense in indecision, and sometimes Reinke does not do that because he's not in that triple threat position where he can pass, shoot, or drive.
Gibson hit them both. Don's up by 15 now. You can't get the ball and then get it and go, what shall I do now? You have to be thinking, I'm going to get it. He's on my hip. I'm going to turn this way. I'm going to turn that way. Coaches have been working a lot with Doug Reinke. He's improved immensely since his freshman year. He's turned into a very good defensive player.
That's right.
He just needs to polish the offense a little, and he could be one of the better big men in the GLVC. John Carter from the outside hits a jumper, and that shuts down a mini run by IPFW. Great pass by Walton to Honstrider, and he gets hammered by Paul Johnson, and Honstrider into the support post way off the court. That was a great pass by Andre Walton. He got the ball in bounds and got it right. Well, you couldn't see it on that one. We picked it up a little too late. But Andre Walton just laid that one out there perfectly because Paul Johnson, the defender, didn't turn around, didn't pick up the ball. And Honstrider was looking. So he'll get a couple of free throws.
Again, we can't say enough how many great decisions Andre Walton has made on the fast break.
Honstrider hit his first 2 free throws today. See if he keeps it up. No.
You jinxed him.
Clank. Clank. That was barely a clank. Almost an air ball. Is there anything more embarrassing as a player to shoot an air ball from the free throw line? That probably is the most embarrassing thing.
I can't think of anything.
And it's worse than missing a layup than when you air ball the free throw. Second free throw is perfect by Honstrider. Don's up 14, 49, 35. 15:40 to go in the second half. Honstrider, ooh, boy, he almost took out about a 3 or 4-year-old girl in the front row. I think he stepped right over her. That was a scary moment there. Honstrider with the good hustle going for the ball. Nothing you can blame him on that one. Underneath, Carlos Johnson makes a great move, but not a good shot. Paul Johnson puts it up, no good. Sean Gibson rips the rebound away from teammate Dwayne Shears. Quickly down the court. Don setting up the offense now. Honstrider, no, he couldn't get the ball stolen away. John Carter's going to get the layup. No, he loses the ball. Andre Walton quickly to Sean Gibson. Shears has it now.
Carlos Johnson has a lot of athletic ability.
Clarence Rich hits another NBA three-pointer. You know, he did the same thing last year, Charlie. He doesn't like to hit him with his foot on the line. They gave the 3 points to the wrong team there. The scoreboard says 49-38, but it should be 52-35. Dons are up. Hopefully somebody will catch that mistake.
No one's caught it yet.
No, but we have caught it, so we are going to mark this down here. It should be 52-35. Dons up by 17. There, now they change it. There's the 52. And now we get the 3-5 up there. You're welcome, guys. Clarence Rich picks up a foul, his second, team's third.
As we see Clarence there on the monitor, Clarence is a great three-point shooter, but not a pure shooter. I would rather have Clarence shooting outside that ring than taking that 15 to 18-foot jumper.
He's got that little push shot that Magic Johnson really made popular.
Exactly. Good from outside the ring, but not the pure shooter.
First free throw by Carlos Johnson is good. When you're shooting a three-pointer, especially from where Clarence has been shooting them 2 or 3 feet behind the line, chances are you are going to shoot an uncontested shot, so take it any way you feel comfortable. And Johnson hits them both, and our scoreboard is finally correct. It's 52-37. Don's up by 15, 14:30 to go in the second half. Very glad you're with us on College Cable Access Channel 6. Honstrider loses the ball out of bounds. Turnover, ball goes to the Panthers. Panthers doing a lot of double-down defense, really double-teaming the big men of IPFW.
Well, they're not a very big team, so they have to do that kind of thing, Randy, on defense.
On that last time out, Eric Vaughn, the hero of the first half, and Jeff Smithy checking in for IPFW. Andre Walton went out. Clarence Rich almost gets a block, but forces a bad shot. Gibson tears it down. Vaughn from the corner, drives in. He's going to call for the charge there, I think. No! They're going to call the block and count the basket by Eric Vaughn. Boy, everything is going Eric's way tonight. He's 4 for 4 from the field. One of those a three-pointer. He's got a 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Had a beautiful no-look assist for a layup. And now he will be going to complete the three-point play. He might have 12 points in about 7 minutes if he makes this one, and he does. I hate to say it, Charlie, but right now, Eric Vaughn is my leading candidate for the Dandy Don player of the game.
He's making a strong, strong bid for it.
12 points, his first action in a year and a half. Right now, Andy Piazza's going, how come you haven't been out here for the last year and a half, Eric? You see what I've been missing? Turnover. Vaughn drives in off the glass. 2 more for Eric Vaughn. And that brought Jerry Fox out of his seat. Don's up by 20, 57-37, 13:43 to go in the second half. It's the Eric Vaughn Show, 14 points.
And it's good to see Eric playing well. Eric has been chastised quite a bit in practice and has been the brunt of many jokes by teammates and coaches all year long.
And right now, beside everything that Eric's done well tonight, as you saw on your screen there a second ago, Andy Piazza had him out for a little one-on-one chat saying, you got to play some more defense. Now, we'll be right back for more GLVC basketball right after these brief messages.
I'm Ira Epstein, your host of Stocks, Options, and Futures, inviting you to join me each week with a whole new format. Now, you've been watching us for years here on this station. And what have you seen? You've seen our type of shows, but we've not had the ability of using computer graphics the way we do now. We can bring up charts instantly. We've got trend lines on them. We'll be talking about moving averages, different concepts, and trying to teach much more than we've done in the past. So stay tuned here for Stocks, Options, and Futures. We'll be looking for you.
Randy Schiffman along with Charlie Washington bringing you college basketball, IPFW versus Hanover. First game of the season for the Dons, and it's a good one so far, Charlie. 20-point lead for IPFW with 13 minutes and 40 seconds to go.
You made a good point, Randy, as Hanover has a little trouble getting the ball in. About Eric Vaughn, sometimes you have to do a player like that is having a good half.
Clarence Rich with the steal. Bad pass, though. Try to get it to Smithy. Clarence might have wanted to take that shot there. He had about a 6-footer. So often, though, you make that one pass too many because you see an open teammate and you think, boy, he's even got a better shot. Coaches don't get too upset with that, though. They'd rather see a little extra pass than not enough pass.
Exactly. Even though Smithy's not the exact guy on this team, I would throw a lob to.
Okay. We didn't want to bring that point up. Well, Hanover's going to have to pick up the pace here a little. Down by 20 with 13 minutes to go. Probably going to have to start firing up some three-pointers. You know, Hanover's only scored 6 points in the second half. Inside the double block. You can give half a block to Gibson, half a block to Hanstrider on that one. The ball went out of bounds. Terrific defense. 10 seconds for Hanover to get off a shot now as Joel Niemeyer smartly checks the clock. The 20, Stacy Myers checked in for the first time for Hanover, number
Great
32.
Pass and look.
Chris Smithson wide open underneath. That is one tough name to say, Chris Smithson. You're going to say that name from now on anytime he scores. I'm handing those Smithson duties over to you. Sean Gibson up top. He can shoot the three. He hit one earlier. I don't know why they're posting Jeff Smithy at 5'8".
Well, that's kind of the flex offense. Everyone goes through the post, and sometimes even your small men end up on the post.
Smithy for the three. No good, but Clarence Rich underneath can't get it. Got blocked on the rebound. Eric Vaughn gets the steal. Vaughn between the legs, behind the back with the left hand. Count it. Oh, baby, that was a big-time play. 16 points for Eric Vaughn, who has not missed a shot. I think for his next trick, he's going to be pulling a rabbit out of his uniform.
Randy, I think I'll be down at center court with Mr. Vaughn.
Not getting in a word. He's been waiting a year and a half to be your Dandy Don player of the game, Charlie.
He said it.
And he's proven it. Boy, that brought the crowd to its feet in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Downs up by 20 with 11:52 to go. Eric Vaughn doing it all. Look at this. Through the legs, behind the back, with the left hand.
Even the
and
opponents.
He got fouled, too.
Even the opponents had to appreciate that. And you love to see fans appreciating playing good old basketball.
That's the kind of shot when you see the guys on the other bench high-fiving each other. Because it's a good play, and good basketball players appreciate a good play, even by the other team. Downs clamping down on the D. Clamping down a little too much, Clarence Rich. You're going to get the foul there. That is his fourth. He becomes the first down in foul trouble. 5 team fouls. Clarence is going to take a seat, and here comes
Mr. Bullard.
And Bullard, yeah. You were saying he was the only one who didn't play in the first half, and I know Charlie, if you could elaborate on it a little, you say you think Land Bullard may be the best athlete on this basketball team.
Yes, Land has some of the athletic skills of a player a few years back for IPFW, Bruce Rowland, right? Some of the same types of skills that Bruce Rowland.
Maybe like people may remember from early last year and the year before, Glenn Howard.
Yes.
There's Land with the ball, number 40, inside. Outside, Smithy hits the 3. And the Dons, the biggest lead of the game, 23 points. 62-39, 11 minutes to go. Things looking awfully good for the Dons right now. Again, almost stolen by Bullard. I think later in the season you'll see him make that play when he's a little sharper. Almost a travel there. Paul Johnson tries the 3. The kid from Carroll misses, but a great rebound by Hank. I've been weeding your garden, Randy. I said it twice. Hank Whedon with the putback. Don's lead cut to 21. Smithy, great pass inside to Honstrider. Bullard for 2. Perfect. Boy, I'll tell you, Charlie, the guys who haven't been playing much the last couple of years and the transfers who have come in, they're all making their shots.
Exactly, and it's great to see players get their first shot down because then the confidence factor comes in.
64-41, Dons lead it with 10:20 to go, and Hanover taking a timeout. The Dons are shooting a blistering. They shot 69% in the first half. They've got to be that in this half. They've got to be shooting over 70% for the ball game. You don't see this very often. You don't see it very often. Hey, we want to remind you, more great sports programming coming up here on College Cable Access Channel 6. This Wednesday evening, November 27th at 7 o'clock, watch the Lady Tartars from Wayne State University take on the IPFW Lady Dons. You can catch all the action of GLVC basketball right here on Channel 6. The Lady Dons won their season opener last night at Aquinas. Now the all-time leading scorer playing for that team presently, Lisa Miller, number 24. You don't know her, huh? She's very good.
Give the card to Andy.
And we have just found out, semi-officially, Jerry Fox just came over and he says he thinks he's going to, it looks like he will be able to donate the car back to the university that he won at halftime. Another reason to come out here for IPFW basketball games. Jerry Fox's name drawn from the luck of the box tonight. He made a layup, a free throw, a three-pointer, and a half-court shot, and he won a new car. How many places do you know, Charlie, that you can go for $3 and win a new car?
Not very many.
This is one of them. This is one of them. It's another reason to get out. We'd love to have you watch the games on TV, but really, get out here. There's nothing like getting out and watching a game live once in a while. Really is. And, boy, if you've been watching tonight, you've seen the kind of action you're going to see all year. Guys like Eric Vaughn and Andre Walton. Land Bullard ripping down that rebound. Boys, he ripped down that rebound. Jeff Smithy. A lot of terrific players out here. Great pass to Shears. Inside to Honstrider with the baby hook. No good. Really, get out and support our local teams. IPFW, St. Francis, Indiana Tech, all the high school teams, the Fury, the Comets. If you don't watch them, they're not going to stay here.
That's right.
Yeah, that's my commercial for tonight. Almost thrown away by Hanover. Hank Whedon dishes beautifully to number 32. That was Chris Smithson. You're supposed to say his name, Charlie. He misses the shot. Smithy pulls up for the 16-footer. Good. Dons up 68, I believe. Did they change it already?
Smithy.
66-41. 25
Smithy scores after the Smithson miss.
And Don's defense has been so tough in the backcourt tonight that Hanover gets the ball across, and they've used up at least 10 seconds getting across. Nice pass inside to Carlos Johnson, but Land Bullard with the steal. Smithy on the break. Dishes it back to Bullard. Oh, thought he'd pull up and take it. No, it's Pat Murphy from 17, shoots at 16. And we have a foul underneath. Somebody from Hanover is going to pick up this one. No, they get Honstrider for that one. His third 6 on the team. You know, when Hanover came in here tonight, I thought their nickname might be the Pretzels, because every time I go to the grocery store, they have those Hanover pretzels. So I thought maybe the school was famous for pretzels and that they'd be passing them out. But lo and behold, they are the Panthers. That Hanover is in Pennsylvania, the pretzel people.
This is the Hanover that Woody Harrelson from Cheers is from.
That's right. You are correct, sir. Dwayne Cheers pushing up to Smithy. He'll try the 3. Ooh, front iron. Jeff thought he made that one. 25-point lead, and I think somebody lost the contact lens. Yeah, Paul Johnson, but he got it in a hurry. Have you ever seen anybody fight a contact so fast in a game?
Well, he's been on target all night with shooting the basketball. There's no surprise that he found his contact that quick.
John Honstrider sitting down. Doug Reinke back in. Reinke hasn't scored, but don't let that fool you. He had 4 blocks in the first half, changed a couple of other shots, a couple of good rebounds. Doug has played a very nice game. Inside, no good. Reinke pulls down another rebound. The rebounding's been much better this half, Charlie. Bad pass by Smithy. Can't get it through 4 guys on a bounce pass. He had Murphy open, but he waited half step too long to throw it. You need a little more zip on that ball.
That's right.
Dwayne Shears to inbounds it. Underneath Murphy, wide open, can't hold on to it, but he saves it to Bullard. Smithy at the top. Shears for 3. Boy, Dwayne Shears, like a machine tonight. How many 3-pointers does he have?
3. And he should have had 4, I believe.
Nice, even scoring tonight for the Dons. Sean Gibson was the guy last year. You could pretty much mark him down for 15 points before the game started. Sean has not had a score tonight. And he has scored some about, 8, 9 points.
9 points.
But it hasn't been that important for him to score because Eric Vaughn's 16 off the bench. Dwayne Shears has, 11. Don's getting a lot of play from a lot of guys tonight. John Carter with the basket. Don's lead at 69-43, approaching the 7-minute mark in the second half. I think it's about time we can put this one in the book. Pat Murphy to Land Bullard. He'll try the 3. In and out. Can tell by the way he shot it and the rotation on the ball, the nice touch, that Land can't hit the 3. Though that one didn't fall. He will make his share this year.
I would like to see him get out in the break so we can see some of that athleticism that he has.
Oh, and there's the steal. You see it right. Asking, you shall receive, Charles Washington. Sort of like a Nostradamus there, making the prediction, and poof, it was right there. Bullard's really had some good defense tonight. 3 steals by my count already.
A lot of times, Randy, you can't tell how great of a game a player had. As we just talked about Doug Reinke.
Right.
He's played a wonderful game, but it won't show in the box score.
That's right.
And again, Land Bullard has played a good floor game, too.
Very nice game. And he didn't play at all in the first half. He's done a great job here in the second half, as you just saw on the replay. Bullard at the line shooting 2. The foul was on number 45, Hank Whedon. His 3rd, team's 4th. Bullard's first one is a little short. Bend those knees a little more there. Bend the knees a little more. That's the thing I always try to check out when guys are shooting free throws. They have to bend the knees and get it. And he thought he missed that one. He was running right in behind it, but he got the shooter's touch.
He does have great rotation on that shot.
Beautiful rotation.
IPFW dropping back into that matchup zone again.
That's right. It's pretty much a 3-2 zone.
It can fool some teams into thinking it is a man-to-man.
Yeah, it looks like a man. It's actually a 1-3-1 right now. They had Pat Murphy running baseline. John Carter no good. Reinke with another rebound. Gets it to Walton, who's up quickly. He's going to drive. Oh, he walked. Didn't make up his mind soon enough. He had Shank open, saw him late. 6:12 to go in the second half. Dons lead it by 27 points, 70-43. And if you think this has been a blowout joke game, you are incorrect, sir. The Dons only led by 12 at the half, and it was a 4 or 6-point game for much of the first half. Second half, the Dons have really clamped down on the defense. Hanover has scored 12 points in 14 minutes. That is great defense, and the Dons are shooting the lights out. John Carter drives the baseline, twisting, turning, reverse lay-in for 2. The lead now is 25, 70 to 45, 5:40 to go.
Carter, a senior out of Indianapolis, is playing extremely well tonight.
Reinke with the spin walk. He's saying he had his foot planted. Well, roots have a tendency to stray sometimes. That's all I'll say.
Right there, though, Randy, Doug has to make a move or either drop the ball back outside to one of the perimeter players in that instance.
That time, Charlie, I thought he knew what he was doing. He got the ball, he made a quick move, but he didn't put the ball up, and he may have been pushed a little, too. He had a couple guys around him. He may have gotten a little shove, which caused his pivot foot to slide.
The defense did take his move away, and in that instance, you have to get the ball back out.
Driving inside, Niemeyer with the left hand. Oh, just can't get it to go. Rebound up and in by number 40, Noel Boston. 70-47, Dons still have a pretty secure 23-point lead with 5 minutes to go. Andre Walton, no problem with the press. Number 21, Mark Allen making his second appearance of the night for the Dons. Lan Bullard takes a rest. And Shane Gibson in, so is Kevin Schenk, 32 with the ball. Three-pointer for Walton. It's the only thing he can't do so far tonight. Reinke knocked that one out of bounds. And we have a timeout. 4 minutes, 50 seconds to go. Dons, pretty secure 23-point lead. Is it getting down to just gym ball now?
I don't think so, and I think that's exactly what Coach Andy Piazza is going to be looking at. He's going to be looking at what kind of offensive patterns these teams are going to be, whatever combination he has out there, whatever offensive patterns they're going to be running these last few minutes.
You know, you were just talking about Andy Piazza. Charlie, you think maybe he's got something to say to us?
Yeah, he's going to be looking at what are some of the advantages of playing 8 to 10 players every game. And tonight he's played more than 8 to 10. So let's hear from Andy Piazza.
We've done that in the past. It helps because in our system we like to run every opportunity we can. More importantly, we like fresh legs defensively. We like to trap and press full court, half court out of our matchup. We try to extend our defense. And we keep a lot of players happy that way. And if we ever have players with the flu or a torn ankle or in foul trouble, whatever the situation may be, we don't have a drastic fall off because we're playing so many players like that. It's great for morale. We share the ball offensively. It's an advantage because we're very deep and we have a big team. It's also an advantage that we don't have a 20-point score because teams can't double up on one particular player. We have an inside game, outside game, and we have a lot of people scoring. So on any given night, it's an advantage that we don't have a true superstar, that teams cannot pay too much attention to one or two particular players.
Okay. Got that right, Andy. You run them and you wear them out and you take advantage of them, and that's how you build a 23-point lead in the second half with 4.5 minutes to go. Boy, John Carter been one of the bright spots tonight for Hanover. Hanover, I'd say it's 3 or 4 good players, but when you have 3 or 4 good players going against 10 good players, you're not going to win very often. There was a good steal by Niemeyer. Kevin Schenk hustling back on defense, knocks it out of bounds.
Great hustle
prevents
for
the layup. Dons lead it by 21, 70-49, 4:20 to go.
Those are the kinds of things Kevin Schenk has to do to get playing time with this Mastodon team, such as what he just did.
Kevin's out there to play defense, handle the ball some, and, ooh, boy, Andre Walton almost had the steal and layup there. And also to make some passes, help his teammates out. They don't look to Kevin to score.
No, not make turnovers. He's a senior. Keep all the other players under control also. Take some leadership on.
Hanover working it around. Still running the offense. Coach is thinking, this game is decided. Let's just work on our game, and let's get better at what we do, and let's worry about our next game. And that's the attitude you have to take.
And I think, Randy, that is a good philosophy.
Early in the season, game doesn't really mean much. Nice pass, nice move inside by Hank Whedon. It's down to a 19-point lead. Andy Piazza leaning back in his chair right now, knows he's got to win, but he doesn't want to see his team slack off now. He wants to see a little more, perhaps, character out of the guys right now. They know they've got the win.
Again, yeah, Andy.
Put him away, though.
Andy does not want to see any garbage time. He wants to see that those offensive plays still being ran.
Andre Walton That wasn't garbage. He got the ball, knew what to do with it. Andre Walton is going to excite a lot of people around here this season. I was just about to say, I wonder if Eric Vaughn's going to get back in and maybe get 20 points. And Mr. Vaughn has just taken off the warm-up. He and Pat Murphy will be checking in. Another double block. Reinke and Shane Gibson that time. Kevin Shank gives it to Andre Walton. He moves inside, throws it away. Out of bounds. They're going to say it stays with IPFW. John Carter here.
That time, Andre Walton did get caught a little bit in no man's land, somewhere where he should not have been, and kind of indecisive for that moment.
I was expecting him to shoot again. Walton sitting down, so is Shane Gibson and Doug Reinke. I've got a feeling they're through for the night.
And we see Eric Vaughn in yet another role with this team out here. Eric Vaughn is the point guard.
Yep. Though Kevin Shank can play the point as well. Vaughn, Bullard, and Pat Murphy checking back in. Vaughn looks psyched up right now. He's got that third wind about right now, and he knows he wants 20. And he is getting hammered on right now by Niemeyer.
Eric trying to solidify that dandy-don player of the game.
Right now you got three guys out there. Land Bullard, number 40, number 21, Mark Allen, and number 25, Eric Vaughn, who did not play on the team last year. Yeah, Pat Murphy and Kevin Shank joining. A little bit of a different look. Murphy on the inside. Gonna call a jump ball. Good defense. He got triple team. Again, though, Pat took the ball down a little low. When he's so much bigger than the other guys, he's got to keep it over his head and just turn around and take the shot.
Exactly. That's one of the keys to being a good big man.
Inbounds to Pat Murphy. Eric Vaughn for three. I think we just got our dandy-down player of the game as Eric Vaughn hits a 23-footer.
The final nail in the coffin.
19 points. Vaughn has not missed a shot from the floor or the free throw line. 2 3-pointers. I might want to be his agent. 19 points for Eric. It couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Steal, block, Land Bullard. Boy, he's played well too, Charlie. Vaughn, with the little step dribble to Shank for three. Oh, Vaughn says, there goes my assist, baby. You blew it. Vaughn, the no-look behind the back pass to Bullard. There's the assist.
First the steal on the rebound. Eric Vaughn stole that steal, and then the no-look pass.
Which play are you going to ask Eric about tonight?
I don't know.
He won't have trouble talking about any of them.
We have a few.
And he's going to tell us, too, that I was thinking dandy down. He will admit it. Eric will admit it. That's great to see. It is. It's great to see. He's been telling us he's going to do this, and he's doing it.
Exactly. I played on 2 winter teams this past winter with Eric, and he is a ball player.
Oh, he's got that look right now, the no look. And I'll tell you, Mark Allen forgot to look there a little. Number 40, Noel Bosick knocked it out of bounds. Eric Vaughn is having fun right now. You like to see that on the court. He is just having a great time.
Yes, he and Coach Piazza have been at odds about his style of play, his unstructured playground style of play. But when he's on, he is on.
A joy to watch that kind of stuff. Kevin Shank passes up the shot. Vaughn between the legs, setting it up. 30 seconds on the shot clock. 1 minute to go in the ball game. Boy, this game flew by. An hour and a half, and this thing's just about over. Bullard to Vaughn. Vaughn to Shank. 15 on the shot clock. Bullard, quick move, 12-footer. Perfect. Boy, Land Bullard, he is impressing the heck out of me tonight. Everybody has really, really, really looked good tonight. Don's up by 28 points, 79-51. If we have a Red Auerbach type out there, light up that cigar. In fact, you could have lit it 10 minutes ago. 30 seconds to go. Carter for three. Good. He's been the best player out there tonight for the Panthers, especially in the second half.
Exactly. He and Carlos Johnson have impressed me along with
Paul
the Fort
Johnson
Wayne
played
native.
very well early on. He had 8 points in about the first 4 minutes. 10 seconds to go. Vaughn just dribbling it out. Rack up win number 1 for IPFW over Hanover. 3 seconds. Kevin Shank will take the last shot, and it goes. Way to go, Kevin. Nice to see Kevin make the shot to end the game. Dons win it 81-54. Charlie Johnson will now leave our Charlie Johnson. Why am I calling you Charlie Johnson? Charlie Washington will leave our broadcast position high atop the Don Dome and head down to talk to our Dandy Don player of the game. I'll let you in on a secret. It's Eric Vaughn, unofficially 19 points, at least 2 assists, and a whole bunch of good playing. And a guy who was a good player here for a long time, leaving right now, Lawrence Jordan. Here you see the final score. Dons win it 81-54. Almost a perfect game for IPFW tonight. Everybody scored, everybody played defense, and just perfect kind of way to start the season. We'd like to take this time to thank the great Channel 6 crew, College Cable Access Center, and the Learning Resource Center at IPFW for their participation in the live production of our basketball game this evening. Without them, we wouldn't be here. We will be back in just a couple of minutes with the Dandy Don Player of the Game. Stay with us.
I'm Ira Epstein, your host of Stocks, Options, and Futures, inviting you to join me each week with a whole new format. Now, you've been watching us for years here on this station. And what have you seen? You've seen our type of shows, but we've not had the ability of using computer graphics the way we do now. We can bring up charts instantly. We've got trend lines on them. We'll be talking about moving averages, different concepts, and trying to teach much more than we've done in the past. So stay tuned here for Stocks, Options, and Futures. We'll be looking for you.
We are back from a victorious Don Dome as the IPFW Dons get their first win of the season and their first game of the season, beating Hanover 81-54. In just a couple of minutes, we'll be going down to courtside, and Charlie Washington, who has our Dandy Don Player of the Game, Eric Vaughn. Eric Vaughn, in his first game in a year and a half, 19 points off the bench, and I don't even think Eric played 19 minutes. He didn't miss a shot from the field or from the free throw line, had 2 or 3 assists, just played a super ball game. In fact, everybody had a great game out here for IPFW tonight. Sean Gibson, who's usually the big man, didn't have to do that much. 9 points unofficially. Dwayne Shears had 11, 3 3-pointers. Jeff Smithy had a couple of 3-pointers. Unofficially, he had 10. Andre Walton, who started at point guard, a great, great game. He had 10 points, or excuse me, he had 7 points, but he made some great passes, really ran the team well. Dons used every player on the team, and every player scored except for Doug Reinke. But Reinke had a lot of rebounds and at least 5 block shots, so you really can't say Doug had a bad game. Nobody had a bad game for IPFW tonight. For Hanover, their star was John Carter. He had 19 points out of the backcourt. And also Paul Johnson, Fort Wayne native, had 11 points. He's out of Carroll High School here in Allen County. Carlos Johnson also had a big game for the Panthers of Hanover College, ranked, by the way, number 18 in the country in the NAIA division. We're just about ready to go downstairs and hear from Charlie Washington, who has Eric Vaughn, the Dandy Don Player of the Game, with him. Eric Vaughn, again, 19 points tonight, a couple of 3-pointers, a couple of great passes. Just pretty much did it all like he told us he was going to do. And I think we're just about ready to go down and talk to those 2 guys down on the court. So anytime you guys are ready, take it away down there, Charlie and Eric. Go ahead.
was fun. I had about 4 both games. I'd tell you that. Because, I missed that league, but now it's the real deal. I missed the leagues, but I'm happy to be back on the team. It's been a long struggle. I've had to lose the weight, as you know. It's about 240 playing in the league, so now I got down to 205. But, through all the hard times, there are good times outweigh the hard times.
Well, Eric, congratulations to you and the IPFW Mastodons. Standing here with me a few more times this year. And now, to everyone out there, back to Randy Shipman for a recap.
Okay, Charlie, thanks a lot. Eric Vaughn, congratulations on being the Dandy Down player of the game. 19 points for Eric off the bench tonight as IPFW wins its opener 81-54 over the Hanover Panthers. We hope you join us again on IPFW for games that we will be telecasting later in the season. We want to remind you, too, the telecast of this IPFW sporting event is the sole property of the College Cable Access Center and IPFW. Unauthorized copying, retransmission, or rebroadcast of this event without express written consent is strictly prohibited. So that means don't do it, okay? Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next time. For Charlie Washington, I'm Randy Schiffman. Good night, everybody.